Veterans are missing out on a bunch of compensation and a bunch of benefits because of one simple mistake. Let's look into that today. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about one thing that veterans do that costs them in the long term when it comes to VA disability claims and, how they're presenting themselves, the whole 9 yards, right? And so we're going to talk today a little bit of detail into the one thing that veterans often get wrong. And I understand it because, well, I've done it. So you're not alone. I'm not alone. Lots of veterans do this. So let's just jump into it real quick. Hey, before we jump in, let's like, share, and subscribe the video, please. That helps it get out to more and more veterans. The more I can help veterans, the better off my life is. The more I can help veterans, the better off their life is. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. Okay, so what is the one thing? The one thing that can impact your potential benefits. It can impact secondary benefits. It can hurt you financially. You could be missing out on thousands of dollars because of this one simple mistake. And that simple mistake is downplaying your symptoms. Now, hear me out. I don't want you to lie about your symptoms. I don't want you to lie about your diagnosis. None of that will end up in a good place for you, okay? What I want you to do is take a look at your symptoms, take a look at your condition. Let's just go with mental health, right? This is an easy one to do. Mental health. I have a very unhealthy fear of a few things out there right now, and then some of it is inflicted by the military. So, by my time in the service, not by the military, by my time in the service. So, I have that service connection. And at one point, I did not want to seek help for it. So I didn't seek help for years. Missed out on years of getting help, which would help me overall, but also on getting my VA claim in so that I could get financially compensated and then seek out better ways to deal with even more of my stuff, right? So one of those fears cost me thousands of dollars, thousands per month. And that's a scary thing, right? You get a rating for something, like I got an initial rating for mental health, it was at 0. And my big problem that I suffered with was somebody would say, I'd go to these CMP exams, and the first thing they'd say is, "How are you today?" And I'd say, "I'm great, I'm here, I'm doing my thing, it's wonderful." The problem is that they're gonna take that as every single day, you are great, you're here, everything's wonderful, every single day. Now, I'm not saying doom and gloom, don't go into your CMPs and, "Oh, life sucks, it's horrible, blah, blah, blah," unless that's really the case. And if that's really the case, call the VA hotline, man, get some help, seriously, because life should be better than sucks, okay? So I went into these appointments and I was like, "Yeah, everything's great, everything's fine, I'm good, And they'd ask me about these mental health things that I have, and I'd downplay the symptoms. I'd downplay the effect on my job. I'd downplay the effect on my social life, my family life, my interactions with others. I downplayed everything because if the military taught me anything, it's to shut up and keep going, right? Shut up and keep going. Don't give a crap about your symptoms. Take 2 Advil and put your leg back on, strap it up with some duct tape, let's go, right? So that's what I was taught. That's what we were all taught, was shut up and deal with it and move on. Be a man, be tough, be this, be that. And you want to know what's tough? What's tough is going out and actually telling people what's wrong with you. What's tough is facing that fear. What's tough is going in and saying, "You know what? Some days are really good, and some days just suck." And that's the reality. When I look at everything that's happened to me, how am I? How are you doing today? Today, I'm at this, this CMP exam, and quite honestly, if I was going to be completely fair with these people, and completely honest with these people, which eventually I was, it was, this causes me a lot of anxiety just to talk about. So with that said, do not downplay your symptoms. At the same time, do not lie and over-exaggerate your symptoms. That can come out in CMP exams, and you can go through multiple CMP exams and re-evals, and you can end up in a fraud situation. Just don't commit fraud. All right, just don't commit fraud. So go in, be honest. You know, if you're having a great day, that's wonderful. Has every day for the last 250 days been great? No. Some days are good, some days are bad. That's a pretty easy way to start a conversation. And then get comfortable being uncomfortable and be vulnerable. Because without that, and without being honest with your, it doesn't just have to do with mental health, but without being honest to these providers, you're not going to get what you probably duly deserve, in my opinion. So listen, you go in with range of motion and they say, all right, touch your toes. You lean all the way down and touch your toes, regardless of the fact that your back's on fire and you're starting to shake. You're like, okay, I did it, because you're trying to prove something to somebody. Listen, when that back starts to hurt, you bend, you get to there, it hurts, stop. Stop where it hurts, because that's where the damage is, right? So make sure you don't downplay your symptoms. It will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars for years. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.